We're awake. It's wonderful to see you. I have been so worried about you. I'm so sorry, my dear. I never intended this to happen. I'm sorry that you were ambushed on your way to my home. I thought meeting here instead of at the Blood Cafe would be safer now that you've been ogled by some of the other vampires here. I thought meeting in private would be better, but clearly I underestimated. I'm so sorry. It's entirely my fault. Well, I brought a towel here. I thought that we could start with just drying you off from getting caught in the storm. And then we'll take a look at some of these scratches and such, alright? How are you feeling? Are you in great pain or just a bit of pain? Okay, well, I'm glad it's not entirely severe. It doesn't look like. I think that I found you in time before they were able to actually do anything to you. I am so sorry. No, I know it wasn't me that did it, but I do feel terribly responsible. If you hadn't been my donor, if you hadn't been coming to see me tonight, this wouldn't have happened to you. I'm so sorry. Alright. I will stop saying that I'm sorry. I just said it again. I will attempt to stop apologizing, but do let me know whatever it is that you need, okay? You are welcome to stay here in my home as long as you need to, and I will get you whatever it is that you desire. A good meal, some lovely wine, perhaps. Of course, a nice, soft, warm, comfortable bed. Whatever it is that you need until you are feeling yourself again. I won't hear of you leaving before you're perfectly healed. Okay, well, shall I dry you off a bit? My towel here. Okay. Let's just start out with the face and the hair here, okay? Let me know if, while I'm drying you off, if I hit any sort of wound or anything that hurts. Please let me know and I will stop immediately. And of course, if you'd like a nice warm bubble bath or something like that to warm you up after being out on such a cold and rainy night, we can certainly arrange that as well. Whatever you need, okay? Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is quite a lovely home. It's taken me a little while to get used to it, I think, but I am starting to very much enjoy it now. You see, being a vampire makes staying in one place for too long not only inconvenient but also a bit dangerous, especially with things like social media and smartphones and all of those sorts of things. It's much more difficult for vampires to fly under the radar. So I used to just move a lot. Every decade or so I would pack up all of my belongings and move to an entirely new city. But I think I already told you this, but I was a doctor. And being a doctor is something where experience really matters. But when I was applying for new jobs in a new city, I couldn't exactly put on my resume that I've been practicing medicine for over 100 years now, could I? Even if I said 30 or 40 years, by looking at me, no one would believe that. And so I kept on just getting entry-level job after entry-level job after entry-level job after entry-level job. It got incredibly exhausting to be talked down to by people who thought they were smarter than me, by people who thought that they were older and more experienced than me, when in fact I was around when some of the procedures that they practice were invented. Not that I could ever admit to it. Alright. I think your clothes are drying a little bit thanks to sitting by the fire here, but is it alright if I brush you down a bit? Okay. Again, let me know if anything hurts, okay? I just want to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible after such an ordeal. I did see their faces, yes, the people who attacked you. And now you'll see why I am so very sorry. I recognized them. It was foolish of me to think that they would leave me alone. I should not have asked you to come here. The Blood Cafe is very public in some ways. It can be a bit uncomfortable, but there are very strict rules and very good security, so that vampires will not misbehave. They certainly would not want to risk being kicked out of a blood cafe. Unfortunately, not all vampires like the idea of the blood cafe, of a place where humans come willingly and are compensated for their donations, and vampires pay to drink their blood. Especially the older families, the older sire lines, who used to hunt whenever and wherever they wanted, who could strike fear into the heart of the villagers and never get caught. They hate the idea of having to submit to something like the Blood Cafe. And seeing as I was one of the people who came up with the idea, well, actually it was a friend of mine who first suggested it, but we ironed out the details together, and then I was the one that brought it to the Vampiric Council. So many vampires see me as solely responsible. That's not at all true. Not only was it not my idea originally, but also it takes all kinds of things to make a blood cafe run. First of all, we had to get clearance from the Vampiric Council, and quite a lot of legislation as far as vampires go had to change. And since the blood cafes have been around, those legislations have gotten even stricter on how vampires can hunt humans. And many, many, many old, powerful vampires, they don't like that. Unfortunately, it put a target on my back. I wasn't exactly expecting. But they haven't bothered me in, well over a decade. It's been a while since they ever tried to hurt me or anyone close to me. I thought that this last time when I moved to this home that I had finally lost them. Or at least they had lost interest and just accepted their fate. But that was my folly. You see, vampires, seeing as we live for a very, very long time, many vampires are very patient creatures. They're capable of waiting until the exact right moment to strike. They say that revenge is a dish best served cold. Who better to serve revenge than an undead literally cold-hearted vampire. I should not have had you come here alone. I should have sent someone to pick you up or something like that, so that you weren't walking here by yourself. I'm so sorry that you were hurt. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're not angry at me about it. I really thought that it was okay. This home that I live in now, I've been here for quite a while, actually. I stopped trying to mingle with humans quite as much and just became okay with being that strange recluse that lives in a big, weird house on the top of a hill somewhere. I'm fairly certain that most of the people in the town below just think that I'm some rich heiress. Frivolous old money. I suppose in a way they're right, but not in the way that they think. Anyway, this place I'm able to have some pretty good security around here. Clearly not enough. I will be increasing security while you are here. Probably just in general, but definitely while you are here, to make sure that they can't get to you again. Do you mind if I take a bit of a closer look at you? I just want to see. I really don't think that they were able to bite you at all. Did you feel any sort of bites or anything like that when they were attacking you? That's what I thought. It was more just trying to hurt you as opposed to trying to feed. This all happened because of me. Because you and I have become close. Not that I regret that. I very much enjoyed your company. But apparently this is a side effect of knowing me. No, I know you don't think that it's my fault. I appreciate that, I do. I just have to be more careful. It has been nice, though, getting to know you more. For a while I tried to keep my distance, even from the donors that I was trying to feed on. But you're different. I couldn't help but have a connection with you. Anyway, let's, how about some wine? Does that sound good? Not only does it help to calm the mind after something like that, but it can also help to warm the spirit a bit, I find. Alright. Here we are. I took the liberty of choosing one that I've been enjoying in the evenings. Most food, to me, I can't really taste, but a nice, rich red wine I can get a bit of enjoyment out of. This is quite a nice year. Almost as old as I am. Not quite there. There we are. Right. Just get some of this for you. Start with a bit. It is a bit strong. Let me know what you think of that one. If you would like something different, I would be happy to get you anything else as well, alright? If you don't like it, it's alright. I can certainly get you something else as well. I can have them bring us anything that we want, alright? But if you like wine, you will probably like that as well. Now, I think I've got you, at least so you're not dripping wet. Hopefully being by that nice warm fire will help you warm up a bit too. Would you like to keep this near you? Just keep drying yourself off a little. no. Don't worry about the furniture. It's all right. That's very, very considerate of you. Thank you for thinking about my furniture, but please don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm not really attached to any of the furniture here. Most of it came with the home when I moved here. The only thing that I really care about is my books. I've always had a thing for reading, ever since I learned. But something about moving one place after another, after another, after another. My books became the one thing that was constant. I think being a vampire makes reading and stories even a bit more impactful, because there in the pages of those books are characters and stories that never change. Of course, people change as they read it, and so sometimes things stick out to you differently, but in the course of those stories, there's someone locked in time. The characters don't age. When you pick up the book, you know exactly who they are at the beginning and who they're going to be at the end, if you've read it before. I suppose I related to that in a way. Someone frozen in time. Although they get to be loved by, millions of people. I have to hide in the shadows. Alright. Would you like me to brush out your hair a bit? It is looking a little bit muffed up after the ordeal that you had. Of course, it's not surprising, but I would be happy to help clean you up a little bit. Okay. Here we are. I'll be gentle. Let me know if I'm pulling or anything like that. Try to make sure I'm gentle here. There we go. It's looking better already. I like the way that your hair lays very naturally. I do. I'm not just saying that. I hope that you're feeling a bit more calm now. Good. As I said, I've got plenty of space in this old house for you to stay as long as you need to. There's no rush whatsoever. What? I would not dream of feeding on you tonight. No. I mean, I know that's what we originally talked of. That's why you're here. But that was before you were attacked. No, of course I'm not going to feed on you tonight. I would never want to put you in such a stressful situation. I've got, honestly, plenty of time before I need to feed again. The whole burning hunger idea of vampires is something that really only applies to the very young vampires. After you've turned and learned about yourself a little bit as a vampire, you learn to control your urges, and then you don't need to feed as often. When you're as old as I am, you can go quite a while between feedings while still keeping control of yourself. And I never schedule a feeding with you when I'm desperately hungry. I would never dream of that. Not that you aren't perfectly delicious, darling. But I would never want my hunger, my desires to cause you any sort of pain. Well, I suppose they already did. No, I understand. You're right. I just need to be a bit more careful again. It's okay. As I said, vampires are very good at revenge and very good at holding grudges. Something that I need to remember. It's a powerful lesson. Well, what? You're feeling okay? Darling, I appreciate the offer, but I'm really not comfortable feeding on you after you've been attacked like you were tonight. You like being fed on, don't you? I suppose it is a rather intimate situation, isn't it? Especially now that we've gotten to know each other a bit better. You find it soothing? Really? That's interesting. That's a new one. I mean, I've known of humans that enjoyed being fed on, but to find it actually soothing. Maybe that's why the other vampires of the Blood Cafe have been paying you some attention lately. Have any others offered to double your pay to be their donor instead? They're shameless. Some of them, at least. Some of them have the dignity to not offer something like that. Of course, if you need the money, it's all right to accept that offer. I'm not under any sort of pretense of you having to be exclusively with me. Well, I like the idea of the exclusivity as well. But I wouldn't want to hinder you from being financially stable. Good. I'm glad that the compensation from the Blood Cafe has been helpful in that regard. And as I said, even if you're just coming to my home, I will still make sure that you are compensated. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that it's not just about the money, but it is a part of the agreement that keeps the Blood Cafe running healthily, is that humans know that they're going to be treated well, and they know that they are going to be compensated for their donations. So, don't worry about it. Money is no object for me. If I had lived this long and was still living in poverty, then clearly I'm doing something very, very wrong. No, it's, I've got the money, don't worry about that. You really found it soothing, huh? To be fed on. Well, I suppose I'm glad that it's such a positive experience for you. I will consider it. But I wanted to really make sure that you were okay first. You're sure that none of these scratches are too deep? I mean, they really don't look all that bad, just superficial mostly. Okay, good. The bruising, I suppose that will take some time to heal, but not really anything we can do for that unless you'd like some ice packs or something. Okay. Well, I did have one other thing over here, in case you wanted it. Something that I find incredibly soothing is burning some incense, especially this one. You can tell the box is well loved. This is Lavender Incense. It's got that beautiful earthy scent of incense with a lovely floral hint to it. It's not overpoweringly lavender, but it's just a very beautiful, delicate blend. So if you wanted, we could light one of these to help calm the mind after such an ordeal. Alright, It is a very lovely scent. I also burn it when I'm having a difficult time sleeping during the day. That's something that a lot of vampires can have a hard time with. Sleep. It's a difficult phenomenon. Our bodies don't get tired the same way that human bodies do. So, just a bit different, I suppose. But this is a nice, calming, lovely scent. Very, very soothing. Those hints of floral. Lavender's very dreamy scent. It's one of those scents that really suits its name and the look of the flower. Flower is, of course, a beautiful, soft purple. The flower is sort of arranged in a column around the stem. A lovely picture of tranquility and peace. There we go. If you would like, I can also bring some lavender to your guest room as well. If you would like to have this burning to help you fall asleep. I never have a shortage of incense. It's one of those things that I very much like. There we are. Is that helping to soothe you at all? Good. Not as much as a tea. You're funny. You're a funny one. No, I like that you are forward. It's refreshing. Sometimes people feel as though they have to beat around the bush and not say what it is that they want. I appreciate the honesty, especially after all this time. Alright, if you would like, I will feed on you. As long as you're sure that you are strong enough to handle it. Yes, I have said in the past that you are stronger than most humans. Still a bit curious as to why that is. But I'm sure that you'll be fine. I just will not take too much. I'll just take a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Would you like me to use my hypnosis abilities again? I don't like calling it that because it's not like I'm making you do something that you don't want to do. But I am happy to help calm the mind a little bit before, if you would like it. Okay. Well then, why don't you start taking some deep breaths, alright? Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can focus on the movement of my hands if you would like, or you can just focus on the sound of my voice. Either way is perfectly fine. Just whatever makes you feel more relaxed. You are safe. You are in a space where you are cared for, where you are in control, and where you will never be harmed. you are with someone who would do almost anything for you, or refrain from doing anything. You are safe. You are cared for. You are somewhere secure and peaceful. And you have complete control of whatever situation you find yourself in. You will never be asked or made to do anything that you don't want to do. Not in my presence. You will not feel pain from the bite. Perhaps a bit of pressure. Perhaps a bit of pleasure or relaxation. But it will not be painful in any way. You will have a good, peaceful night's sleep after we are done. And your every need will be taken care of for as long as you need. Alright. Now, if you're ready, I'm going to start counting down. And when I get to 1, then I will bite. Are you ready? Good. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. I told you I wasn't going to take very much. I don't want it to cause you any more pain or discomfort or feeling weakness or lightheaded or anything like that. Darling, you are just as delicious as always. Perhaps even a bit more. I have found that when I feed on a human multiple times and I get used to the taste, it becomes even more appealing every time. Something quite special. Not that other blood doesn't still taste good, but when you've been, well, when you've gotten to know someone, it takes on a different meaning, and it makes the flavour itself a bit deeper, I suppose. How are you feeling? Good. Now take a look at that bite. Okay, it's still healing rather quickly. Blood is coagulated like it's supposed to. Alright, well, whatever they did to you, I don't think it made you really any weaker. That's good. I am sorry again. I know you said to stop. Okay. I will stop apologizing. I still feel bad, but I appreciate you being kind about it. And I'm glad that you're alright. You want me to do the other side too? I can't say no to you, can I? Alright. But again, just a little bit. And then promise me that you will sleep very peacefully. Okay? I'll have my butler show you to the room that we made up for you. It's quite peaceful. And in the morning, when you wake up, you'll have a lovely view of the gardens. I wish that I could walk through them in the day, but it's still a bit uncomfortable. Now, the whole, bursting into flame in the sunlight, that's not entirely accurate. At least not once you're, a bit of an older vampire, but it's still uncomfortable. It can still burn the skin, so not something that's worth doing, but it's nice to walk through them at night too. I made sure that my gardeners planted flowers that bloomed both during the day and some rare ones that open up at night, so that I can still enjoy them. But as a daytime visitor, you should also be able to walk the grounds and see lots of beautiful flowers too. Good. I would love to take a walk through the gardens with you. Perhaps not tonight with that rain outside. Maybe tomorrow night. I think it's supposed to be clear. Maybe we could even have a picnic or a drink out there. Not that kind of drink. I am definitely not feeding on you 2 days in a row. That I will put my foot down on. First of all, I just don't need it, and second, I would never want to cause you pain. Alright, we'll get to the bite on the other side, shall we? As I said, it's going to be just a little bit, but hopefully it will still help to soothe you a bit. Alright. Would you like me to count down again? Maybe from 5 this time? Okay. Just follow my hands again. Just follow my hands or listen to the sound of my voice. And I will start to count down once more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's enough. I mean, I was drinking slowly, but I also don't want to ever overdo it, especially tonight. Well, you do look a bit more relaxed, which I suppose is a good thing. Alright, darling. we should really get you to bed. Now, I will be around in the daytime. I usually stay, in the rooms with the curtains fully shut. But you are welcome to traverse the house whenever you would like, alright? Whenever and wherever. Just please don't go bursting open all the curtains at the same time. That would be unpleasant. But for now, I think you are looking quite tired. Be plenty of time to explore all of the different rooms in this old house, or to peruse the books as well. If I do say so myself, I have a very nice collection of books, so you are welcome to any of them. Please do treat them with care, but you're welcome to any of them, I trust you. But that is a matter for tomorrow. For today, I am going to insist that you go get some sleep, alright? Okay. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being so kind and for listening to me prattle on about issues that don't concern you. It really has been wonderful getting to know you, getting a bit closer to you. I really appreciate it, and I really do care for you. If there's anything else you need at all, just let me or any of the staff know. I'll make sure you're taken care of, okay? I always want you to feel taken care of when you're with me. Good. Well then, for now, I will bid you good night. I'll see you tomorrow.